dear students, in previous video we have discussed regarding the identification of bacteria and simple staining technique. In this video we are going to focus on gram staining. It is a staining technique developed by a Danish physician Hans Christian Gram in 1884. It is useful for bacterial identification and taxonomic division. This procedure separates most bacteria into two groups, that is gram positive and gram negative, on the basis of cell wall. Gram positive bacteria stains purple while that of gram negative stains pink. Gram staining technique is having procedure to distinguish between two groups by coloring the cells either red or violet. Gram positive bacteria stains violet due to presence of a thick layer of peptidoglycan in their cell walls which retain the crystal violet. These cells are stained. Alternatively, gram negative bacteria stains red or pink, which is attributed to a thinner peptidoglycan wall. Gram staining involves basically three processes. Staining with the dye. The dye is water soluble dye called as crystal violet. Then decolorization and counter staining. So first will be the fixation of a clinical material. All bacteria can be detected using the gram staining technique except that bacteria which are having the bacteria which is existing within the host cells, for example chlamydia, or bacteria those who are lacking cell wall, for example mycoplasma, bacteria with insufficient dimensions, for example spirochetes. So these cannot be identified by using gram staining technique. So here for very first things is the clinical material which is to be analyzed. It will be fixed on a slide by heating or use of a solvent methanol. Then second is the application of primary stain. Here crystal violet is the primary stain. That crystal violet will be applied onto the fixed smear or whichever clinical material was fixed on a slide in the first step. Then application of a mordant. Mordant here is the iodine solution. After addition of a iodine, you have to wait for 1 minute. Then it will be again decolorized with alcohol, and further again you have to go for application of counter stain, that is safranin. So these are the steps involved in the gram staining. Cells are stained with the crystal violet dye. Next, a grams iodine solution, that is mixture of iodine and potassium iodide, is added to form a complex between the crystal violet and iodine. So mordant, what we have said, application of mordant, that is nothing but the complexing agent. Here this iodine is going to form a complex with the crystal violet and then it will form a stain. Then we are decolorizing it with the help of ethanol or acetone, which dehydrates the peptidoglycan layer, shrinking and tightening of it. The large crystal violet iodine complex, which is not able to penetrate this peptidoglycan layer, it will be trapped in the cell of the gram-positive bacteria, where in the gram-negative bacteria it will be degraded and crystal violet iodine complex will be drained away. A counter stain such as safranin is added to stain it pink to red. Since the safranin is lighter than crystal white, it does not disrupt the purple coloration in gram-positive cells. However, the decolorized gram-negative cells are stained red. Okay. Now next, here we will see exact procedure for gram staining. Very first step is of smear formation. For this smear formation, you have to consider the loopful suspension, which will be either prepared by taking the pure culture, or sometimes the colonies can be taken as it is and water can be added so that it gets diluted. Then that particular smear will be fixed on the slide. Either you will have the heating, or you can have addition of methanol to fix the smear on the slide. Now here we can see that the gram positive and gram negative both are not having any color during fixation. Then we are going to have addition of crystal violet, that is primary stain. Then the cells become blue in color, and when we are having flooding with the gram iodine, then the color changes from blue to purple because of the formation of crystal violet and iodine complex. And then when we are having decolorization with the alcohol, as in the gram positive, only the shrinking or dehydration is there. These are going to maintain the purple color, while that of in gram negative bacteria, the complete complex is removed from the cells. And when in the last step, when we are going to add the secondary stain, that is safranin or counter stain, then this decolorized cells have the staining as a pink to red, and this will remain as it is. So by gram staining technique, we can differentiate the bacteria into gram positive or gram negative, and after this you are supposed to observe under the microscope. First you will focus with the 10x power, and when you can see something, you are supposed to focus it with the help of oil immersion lens, and you can observe the gram positive or gram negative bacteria under this lens. Now where this will be useful, that is number of bacteria present can be counted, or whether it is gram positive or gram negative, that can be also identified. Then the morphology of the bacterial cell can be studied, and this will be useful. Suppose you have taken a urethral smear report, that is if you have taken a swab from the urethral area where there is a formation of, or there is a presence of both yeast cells and bacterial cells. So on the blood agar they will be showing the same colonies, or suppose sometime pus cells are also formed, then these can be determined. Which type of cells are present in that smear, that can also be identified, because sometimes E. coli bacteria may come in the urethral report. So E. coli infection can be identified. E. coli are the gram negative bacteria. So whether there is a presence of yeast and epithelial cells, these can also be identified. So by this gram staining technique, we can have, very first thing is that we can have the identification of the bacteria. Next thing is we can separate the gram positive or gram negative, and we can study the morphology as well. It is of the most important technique if we consider from the point of view to study the bacteria. Thank you.